Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. So as you saw by the title of this video, we're definitely starting the new year off with a bang here, and I am going to be starting the new year off with a no buy month. So if you guys haven't heard that term before, I have mostly heard it within like beauty spaces. I'm not sure if other like areas on the internet use that term as well. That's just where I know it from. But basically for the entire month of January, I'm not going to be buying any new dolls, which is definitely weird for a doll channel and definitely weird for just me as a collector. And I wanted to talk to you today about what that process is going to look like and about why I came to the decision to do this no buy month. And it kind of comes in two parts. So the first part that I want to talk about is things that I think all of us as collectors might be able to relate to on some level. And then I do think that there's an added layer to everything with the fact that I do make content online. So that is what we are going to be talking about today. And I'm just going to jump right into it. So yeah, no dolls for the month of January. I will say like the parameters there are pretty strict. Like I'm not going to be buying any new releases. I'm not going to be buying even things that aren't dolls. Like I'm saying a no buy month for dolls, but I do also want to include in that like the ponies that I have been buying recently, and also Littlest Pet Shop, which really stinks because they're about to come to stores, but like that's just how the timing worked out. I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying anything new, and I'm also not going to be buying any like secondhand dolls or anything like that on eBay. I am really totally just not purchasing anything for any of my collections for the month of January. I will say there is precisely one exception that I am giving myself, and that is if, let's just be honest, it would be Mattel if it happened. If Mattel comes out with a collector doll that is going to drop, like, you know, we don't have a lot of notice. It's like, hey, in a week there's going to be this new collector doll. If I really genuinely love it, and it's going to be one of those things where it's like, it's going to sell out in 10 minutes or less, and after that I'm never going to be able to buy it if I don't pay secondhand prices. In that case, I will allow myself to break the no buy, just because I do think that is a bit of an extenuating circumstance, because it's not a situation where you can reasonably buy it for a decent price later, or at least given the history of Mattel collector dolls with, like, for me it would be Monster High. It's not something that like history has set a precedent for that being super accessible. So I don't want to miss out on something because of the no buy if it's something that I really genuinely would be missing out on. But like Playline dolls or collector level dolls, like the old Rainbow High collector dolls that were available for a very long period of time, those I will not be making an exception for, just because the fear of missing out might be there, but it's not a genuine, you could actually miss out on this. So with that being said, why am I doing this? I think in general, like any collection, honestly, but we're talking about dolls today, I think doll collecting is a really wonderful hobby. I think there's a lot of amazing aspects to it, but I also think that for a lot of us, it has a very like consumeristic side. I mean, for me, and like I know a lot of you guys as well, you're buying dolls pretty frequently and you're kind of adding to your collection and growing your collection, and that's fine. Like I'm not obviously against that. I do it and I'm not judging you guys for it either. But I do think that there can be a very thin line between engaging in your hobby and collecting in a way that is healthy and maintainable for you, and kind of going into a place where it is not good for you. I do want to say really quick before I like keep talking about this, I don't think I'm at that point. I feel fine mentally with my collection. I feel fine financially with my collection. I don't feel like I'm in a bad space, but I think that doing a no buy is a good way to kind of take a break from the consumeristic side of doll collecting and kind of cleanse my palate, if you will, to kind of ensure that I don't end up in that sort of place. But yeah, I think that doll collecting and like the FOMO that comes along with it, or the overwhelming amount of releases that sometimes are occurring, can really take a toll on your mental health if you are not careful. And obviously if that gets to that point, maybe it is good to take a step back. And like I said, I'm not at that point, but I think it's kind of nice to do a little palate cleanser to make sure that we don't end up there. And also financially, you know, it can be something where you are so excited about your collection that maybe you're not making like the best decisions with your finances. And again, if that's you, I'm not here to judge you. Like I hope you are safe and okay, but I'm not like here to judge you. And again, that's not where I'm at, but it's good to take a break. At least I think it would be good to take a break just to like kind of take a step back, reassess, and make sure that I don't end up in that position. I definitely think for me, I'm more concerned about like the mental side of things than the financial side of things. I tend to be kind of paranoid about money, so I feel like I'm pretty good at making decent financial decisions, but I do get overwhelmed with releases, and I definitely have experienced FOMO, and so that is why I want to force myself to have a month where I don't buy dolls so that I can prove to myself that it's gonna be okay, I'm not gonna miss out on anything, and everything is going to be fine and dandy afterwards, to try to kind of combat that FOMO feeling. So that's layer one. That's, I think, the layer that many people would be able to relate to, just because it is kind of inherent to the nature of doll collecting that you are going to be buying things and seeing new releases and maybe feeling some feelings with those new releases. But the secondary layer on that is that not only am I a collector, but I'm someone who makes videos for you guys and I make content for you guys. And so when there is a new doll coming out, I do feel like I put a little bit of extra pressure on myself to be like, okay, if you want this doll, you need to decide now so that you can get the doll as soon as possible, so you can get a review up as soon as possible, because, you know, you want to like have relevant content for the people watching. Like, I want to make good content for you guys. And if I don't want a doll, I want to be able to decide that as soon as possible so I can put it in a dolls I don't want video. And like, I think as a content creator, this is also not on you guys, by the way. This is not like pressure that y'all are putting on me. This is something that I do internally because I always put pressure on myself. But I think that when it comes to the doll collecting and then the content making, I definitely put more pressure on myself to make decisions about my collection at maybe a more rapid pace, or to be like buying things at a more rapid pace, so that I feel like I'm putting out the best content possible in the most timely manner possible. And that's great and fine and dandy, and I still want to be able to do that for you guys within the extent of it being healthy for myself. Like, I don't want to be stressing out about, oh my gosh, like this doll isn't available, I'm not gonna be able to get a review up, and like, I hope no one was expecting that because I'm gonna be disappointing them. Again, not something you guys say to me, but something that I kind of feel for myself, and I don't want to feel that way. So the second reason that I'm doing the no buy for January is because I think having a month where I've said, hey, I'm not going to be buying any dolls, will force me to see, like, it's going to be okay if I don't post reviews, because they're not even like the most popular videos of mine anyway. That's like the super silly part, that I'm so worried about this, but it's not even like those are the videos that get the most views. So I don't know why I'm so worried about it, but it will prove to me that I can make other forms of content and maybe force me to be more creative with my other forms of content, and that I can still, like, hopefully make really good content for you guys and make videos that you enjoy, and I don't have to be posting things in the most timely manner for you to still be interested. Like, I know, because I've posted videos, the one I think of right off the bat is the Storm Twins from Shadow High. I got those dolls pretty late, like, for a content creator. I didn't do a review on them right when they first came out. Like, I waited until they went on sale, and then my husband got them for me, and then I did a review of them. So I know it's fine, but I have to prove that to myself, right? And I just think there's an extra layer of pressure that I put on myself because I am talking about my collection and sharing my collection and trying to entertain you guys, that adds on to all of the feelings that already come with doll collecting, or can already come with doll collecting. So basically, I just wanted to do a big fat cleanse for January and try to, like, do a little clean slate, prove to myself that everything is going to be okay, try to combat those FOMO feelings that tend to pop up, and then, like, everything will resume as normal in February. And I think that it will just be a fun experiment to kind of see how I handle it and see how everything goes for the channel and everything. And maybe this will become something that I do like once a year, just to kind of, again, clean the slate and like start fresh for the new year. Maybe it'll become a little bit of a tradition for me, or maybe I'll be like, wow, I really needed that, and maybe it's something I want to do more frequently, or it's going to change my buying habits. Who knows? I'll make another video at the end of the month telling you guys how I felt about doing the no buy month, because, like, right now I'm just looking ahead, and if I'm being 100% honest, I'm a little anxious because I know there's things coming out that I'm going to want, and I just have to keep telling myself that they're going to be there at the end of the month and it's going to be okay. So, like, that just definitely reaffirms to me that I should be doing this, and, like, this is probably going to be a really good thing for me. So that's what we're going to be doing. I will say I do have several unboxings that I still plan to post this month for dolls that I got like prior to January. Like my mom got me a Pixlings doll for Christmas, so I want to unbox that with you guys. I have a video coming up actually this week, hopefully, with Tony doing an unboxing for you guys. And like there's a couple other things here and there that I bought obviously before the start of the snow buy. So like I'm still going to be posting some of that content. I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of the time, like when you see those videos, it's not that I have already given in. It's just that I'm kind of catching back up, I guess you would say. But yeah, I'm not going to be making any new purchases for January. So we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully it will be kind of fun and interesting and introspective for me. I promise, like I said, I'm definitely going to be still like making videos at the same rate and like posting 3 times a week like I always do, and hopefully doing a lot to entertain you guys. That is always my goal when I make videos, is I want to have fun and I want to make sure you guys are having fun too. So like hopefully everything will be dandy in that corner. But yeah, that's what we are doing this month, so that's the update, I suppose. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think about this. Have you ever done a no-buy for dolls? Like, I'm curious if anyone out there has kind of gone through this and can give me some words of encouragement, as silly as that sounds. But yeah, I guess just let me know how you are feeling. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little chatty chat here. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.